What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Slate D Biggs for AnimeMCS, back with a Kingdom chapter review. Finally, we didn't get a Kingdom chapter for over a month, damn near. The wait was long, but the chapter was worth it. The awards ceremony was worth it. Before we get into the chapter, I want to say thank you so much for the support that my last video on what is going to happen next in the Kingdom manga, my prediction of it anyway. I really appreciate everyone that watches the videos. Seriously, thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of the awesome anime and manga content that we will be putting up. Also, I do the MCS Anime Podcast with my brother. We just did an episode on Hunter x Hunter. I am planning on doing a Kingdom episode, maybe even a Kingdom series. That's going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to working that out. So without any further ado, let's get into this chapter. So we introduce this chapter with the Qin citizens watching other citizens move into the newly conquered lands. Many people were uprooted from their villages by force. They had to move to these new lands, which is shitty. But as Conky and Shin butted heads back in Kokuyo Hills, we know that there's going to be a lot of pros and cons to conquering China. I think the pros outweigh the cons, though, for what it's worth. As far as this manga and the depiction of Ace anyway, they make you care about all the characters, and it's very worth it. Whereas their real-life counterparts, it's kind of Game of Thrones-ish, maybe even crazier than Game of Thrones at some points. Many of the citizens that are making the move to the new territories that are possibly unstable, they might come across conflicts with other armies or other citizens from Zhao that stayed in the area, but it's worth it. They're getting rewarded for it. They've sent politicians, they've sent diplomats into the area, and they're establishing rule. So they're getting their area stabilized, they're giving it structure. Yotanwa, Conky, and Osen's armies are still on the front lines of the line that they've established to keep the Zhao from taking the lands back. They've sent a lot of troops back into Qin and sent in fresh troops, but I'm sure this is still very taxing on some of the high command of these three armies. We get a really nice meeting between Moki and Kario 10-2. Personally, I ship them. I think it'd be a cute little, kind of high school romance. Moki is extremely smart, and he works directly with Shohei-kun, so we know that this boy has real talent. They speak a little bit about Hoken, what all went down during the freaking Shukai Plains fight, which was crazy long. Mouten personally wanted to get revenge, but Shin getting it is just as good. I mean, he took out Oki and Dukyo. Those are two of the most important mentors that Shin's ever had. And then how he beat down Kyo back in the day, right in front of Oki, basically. Unforgivable. So Moki pulls out a map of their new territories, and the Qin territory looks noticeably bigger than it does at the start of the series. We have truly seen them persevere and connect these new land points. You can see the areas where they've had prior campaigns. It's just really nice to see the progress and to be so invested in these characters. I have so much love for Kingdom. It's also revealed that as soon as To crossed the Yellow River to go up into Retsubi and attack them, Gyohome invaded a couple of areas, but To was able to make it back to Sanyo to stop them. He saw an opportunity and he took the chance. The next war that they have against Gyohome, I hope we get to see a war with Gyohome, because I really actually like him a lot. He's got a similar kind of feel to Riboku, but he hasn't been stomped all over the whole series, so. That even 5 months after the campaign has ended, which is where we're sitting now, that Riboku is still in prison. There were rumors that the public's execution was happening, but his supporters have staved off execution for now, until the coup d'etat happens in the Zhao Kingdom and that trashy king is killed at least. With Riboku still locked in a cage, there is never a better time to attack Zhao than now. I personally would like to see a chill out arc, a training arc, maybe a campaign in a different state. You can't argue that this is the perfect time to attack Zhao again. So right now it's looking like that is their plan. And if anything, this is not going to be the final confrontation with Zhao. It's going to be more of a sparring match, probably. But before they make any further plans, it's award ceremony time, motherfuckers. It's been pushed back. It's been 5 months since the campaign ended. And I'm sure Ouhon, Mouten, and Shin have just been so damn antsy to get to this point. This is what Shin has been dreaming of since he was a child. And getting to experience this award ceremony was just, it made me happy. I almost cried tears of joy. So Shin is in a waiting room before the award ceremony starts. Issei actually takes the time to not listen to his attendants, and he goes and visits Shin, even though they're like, whoa, we gotta go, we got so much shit to do. But he's like, nah, this is my homie, and we're gonna sit down and have a conversation real quick. He basically just says, it's happening, dude. This is the moment. We've been together for a while. Their relationship is actually really beautiful. Like, looking back at how they met and the journey that they've taken together to get to this point is really rewarding. And they tell Shin in his waiting room, you can change your clothes. And he's like, I don't have any other clothes, bro. It's rags or nothing. From rags to riches. But I'm still in the rags because I'm humble. He's got a castle, but he doesn't have any other clothes. This is true to Shin's character, though. I'm glad he's not wearing fucking golden laces. So since they still have to defend the line that they set up in their new territory, it would have been foolish to send Kanki, Yotanwa, and Osen all at the same time. That's just asking for trouble. So Osen came, but Mouten and Baggio came in place of Yotanwa and Kanki. Now, I might be mistaken, but I think Osen and Kanki aren't at the Great General level. And I'm surprised we didn't see an official announcement in this chapter that they are Great Generals. Now, maybe it's their reputations that's keeping them back, even though they've made these amazing achievements. Because, I mean, Osen does want to be the king, the ruler of his own land, his own kingdom. Coming in 2021, the kingdom spinoff you've all been waiting for, Osen. That's kind of floating around up in the sky above everyone constantly, is that Osen could make some type of move at any moment. For now, it's just kind of in the background, it's just there. I mean, we did see a little bit of that come out in the campaign, in Shukai Plains, whenever Osen straight up tried to recruit Riboku. On the front of, this is going to help the Qin army, that would be a huge help to the Qin army. They could have just straight up taken Zhao. They also could have just straight up taken over Zhao, and then Osen would have been like, alright, I'm the ruler of this land. But it didn't work out that way, because Riboku is not going to turn his back on his fucking country. And now what we've been waiting for. After Osen, Kanki, and Yotanwa receive their awards, we go to our 3 youngsters, Mouten, Ouhon, and Shin. They are commanded to come forward, and the whole RiShin unit obviously can't be in the hall. So Karyo-ten is looking in and signaling back to someone who's signaling back to someone, all the way back to basically the whole unit, or army, soon to be, waiting outside. Despite being a 5,000 man commander, Mouten of the Gakuga was able to take command of 20,000 men and save the left wing from the brink of annihilation. He would then go on to fight equally against a Zhao army of more than 30,000, led by Zhao General Kisui, which is huge. It might not be flashy, but he did go toe-to-toe. He did lead a whole army, and it was only him. Whenever the left wing really needed it, Mouten was the one that kept them there, and just stalemating was enough to help them win the war. Whereas on the right wing, you had Ouhon and Shin's units to act as the pillars holding it up. 5,000 man commander Ouhon and his Gyokuho unit were able to tear wide swaths through enemy lines despite being cut off from his allies. And when Akko, commander of the right wing, was taken out of commission, he was able to take command of our men, along with Shin. Not only that, he personally slew Gyao-un, considered to be one of the strongest of Zhao's generals. Mouten has a fancy outfit on, but Ouhon's outfit is super fancy. Ouhon's face also has a little bit of a grimace to it, and they show a panel of Osen looking on. I mean, he looks angry, but that's also just his mask. Who knows, maybe he's got smile eyes under there. Does not look happy though. I think Ouhon is not pleased with himself. Even though he did slay Gyaun, he did rush back to his father's side to try and save him with barely any men, and he got reprimanded in front of everyone for it. And then Mouten came in and saved the day. And then you got Shin over here, who killed Chogaryu, he killed Gakue, he killed Hoken. They all had huge achievements, but I feel like Ouhon is taking a lot out on himself, especially since he got injured to the point where he was taken out of the fight completely for a couple of days. And last but certainly not least, RiShin of the Shin Unit. As 5,000 man commander, his efforts on the right wing were no less than the Gyokuho's by any measure. These two were the anchors that held them steady in the storm. This man put to rest Gakue, one of Zhao's most twisted, who has haunted us since Kokuyo Hills. Chogaryu, a peer to Gyaun, who was also brought down by him. And his crowning achievement, the abominable Hoken, one of the three great heavens of Zhao, hated foe of Qin, who slew Oki, Dukyo, and even the esteemed General Kyo of the past. His once and for all, by none other than this man, been slain. Hence, let all who stand here today bear witness. From this moment on, these youngsters are hereby made generals, and the fucking crowd erupts. This is a huge, huge moment for Kingdom. The Shin Unit is a group of brothers, and as Kingdom fans, I feel like we are all part of the Shin Unit, and we are all celebrating this chapter together. We even get a nice bit of chemistry between Ouhon and Mouten, where clearly Ouhon's face looks a little disturbed, and Mouten asks him, "Bursting with emotion right now, Ouhon?" Not really, no. So I think mentally he is beating himself up a lot, and we might see a transformation of Ouhon coming up. In fact, I know it. These three young men are going to become huge. In stature, yes, but I'm mostly referring to their skills. The weight of their blades has evolved. We've seen them go through so much, and being a Kingdom fan right now is just awesome. It's a good time. So that was chapter 642 of Kingdom. There's a little bit of light in the world when you can sit yourself down in a story and thoroughly enjoy everything, from the characters, the plot, to the little interactions. It's a small piece of light in the dark, dark world that we are living in right now, especially in the United States. But even after this video ends, you're going to click off YouTube and you're going to see covers of the riots, you're going to see coverage of coronavirus and all of the insanity that's going on around in the world. Support the Black Lives Matter movement, seriously. Thank you for watching the video, I greatly appreciate it. Kingdom fans unite. Thank you, seriously. The channel's been doing pretty well. I'll see you for the next video. Peace out.